Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Penda. If you are tuned in today, you're going to be seeing my thoughts and opinion on the new Fenty Beauty drop. So their bronzer as well as their PENNY4UTHOTS Killawatt Foil. Make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content. Without further ado, let's get to what you came here for. So on my face right now, all I have on is foundation and concealer, and now we're about to go ahead and test out the new bronzer that Fenty drops. I purchased the last shade, which is Mocha Mami, and if I'm being very honest with you guys, this shade was super confusing to me. I'll show you guys what it actually looks like in real life, but I feel like, and I did swatch it and all of that good stuff. So this is what Mocha Mami looks like. It is a very, very, very red toned powder. And the packaging, of course, is the typical Fenty size or Fenty style, but it is in a rose gold or golden shade, which I love because when you think of bronzers, you think of warmth, you think of like a golden glow on your skin. So this packaging went perfect with that. But what was confusing to me is the actual shade itself. I feel like whenever I saw it online, sometimes it looked darker, sometimes it looked lighter. Like I wasn't sure of what the actual shade looked like. And I know that for me, I was just wondering so much, like, is this going to work for me? Is this going to bronze me? Because I can't really tell what it looks like. When I see it on this person's page, it looks super, super rich and super, super dark. When I see it on this person's page, it's not as dark, but it still has a red undertone. So we're gonna find out today. The first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and swatch the shade. And I didn't swatch it when I was in store, I swatched it when I was home. As you guys can see, it almost melts right onto my hand, melts right into my complexion. So I personally, before I even try this, don't think that it's going to work for me, but I'm still going to try it live on my face for you guys to see. Also, as a disclaimer, I have not watched any videos by anyone that is around my complexion. So the people I typically look to, Ohima, Nima, Too Much Mouth, I have not watched their videos just because I do want to be very honest, and I want it to be authentic. I don't want to be swayed by anyone else's opinion, and I don't want it to be where I try to force it to look a certain way or I work it in a certain way in order just to like sway my opinion. So this is the real, raw, unfiltered opinion that I have. So I'm going in with a brush. And I'm kind of going to be a little heavy with it just because since it is a little lighter than I would like, I'm assuming that it's not going to show up as much. I'm dusting off the excess powder, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my hair to the back or to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it on the area where I typically would contour. As you guys can see, it already has a little bit of dimension. I naturally have a contour on my face. So even when I don't apply product, a lot of the times, like that area is a little more chiseled. So I'm going to go ahead and in order to make it have the most color payoff, I'm going to tap it in first just to see what the shade looks like on my skin. And I feel like you guys can see it because I see it a little bit in the camera. It gave almost like an orangey or a reddish like shade to my skin, but it's not necessarily bronzing from what I can see. This looks almost more like a blush, like an orange blush. And I'm just gonna keep patting it in because I want to see if I can build up this color. Nah, it looks like a blush. It's too light and too red. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with me or disagree. Again, look at this with the product on it, and then I'm going to turn to the other side, which has no product, so you guys can compare. This, you see like a natural contour, and then when I turn, it almost looks like a blush. Like it actually lightened the area more so that I don't have that definition. I feel like this is almost like a pressed powder for me, but yeah, like I could see this as a pressed powder. It's a pressed powder that I would use, let's say for example, if I use a foundation that left me looking a little too gray, I could go in with this to kind of like bring back some more of that red undertone. I'm going to try to put it on my forehead just to see if there's any difference. No. So as you guys can see, it's adding warmth, but it's not giving me that bronze effect that I really want from a bronzer. So unfortunately, this is the first time that I've actually tried a Fenty product and it didn't work the way that I really, really wanted it to work. They have foundations that go into the 400s, the deep dark 400s, the deep dark 400s that are usually forgotten. So I would have hoped that the bronzer would kind of match the vibe that they're giving. I feel like if you are in the 400s, if you're on the lighter side, so let's say you're 410, or I don't know if it's 405 or 415 or 420, you might be able to get away with this. But if you are like me and you're on the end of the 400s, so I mixed in 470 and 480, I feel like this is more like a blush because it's not giving me that dark bronze effect. It definitely added a warmth, like a redness to it, but I don't just want a redness to my skin. I want to have some type of dimension with the redness, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, it's okay, because I'm going to show you guys a different bronzer that I've been using. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of Prime Beauty, but they do have a bronzer in the shade Chocolate Lily that I love, and I just started using like a month or 2 months ago. This is the first bronzing product I have ever had, because there's never been a bronzer deep enough for me. So I'm just going to show you guys what this shade looks like. Then I'm going to put them next to each other so that you can compare the two for yourself. So this is Mocha Mami, and then this is Prime Beauty Chocolate Lily. So as you guys can see, both of them have a red undertone, but Chocolate Lily is at least 3 shades darker. That's what I want to see from Fenty, and I have no doubt that they're going to expand, that they're going to add shades to this, just because even with their foundations, when we thought it was already dark enough, we thought they already came for all of the chocolate girls, they came for some more. So Fenty, I am hoping and praying that you guys extend this, just because as it is, it's not going to work for me, but I know that, you know, the product is probably still bomb. Like, I'm a Fenty stan, so even when it's not working, I'm still gonna say positive things about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend this out. And this is definitely giving me blush vibes. I'm gonna actually look closer to a mirror just to see. So even though, so I just kind of zoomed in on the mirror, even though this is giving me blush vibes and it's not giving me a dark warmth that I want, the shade itself is still really, really beautiful. I feel like this is almost like a subtle orangey, like burnt blush color. So I'm definitely still going to keep this to apply to this area. But to bronze, I am going to go in with Prime Beauty, and I'm going to take this Morphe brush. This is a Morphe Y4 brush, and I'm going to go on the opposite side so that you guys can compare both sides and see what it looks like. And then I'm going to cover up this side with the same bronzer, just so that I can bring some dimension to my face. So I'm going to go in, and I kind of tapped it just so you guys can see. So I want y'all to see that even though, excuse the kitchen, the baby hairs aren't slayed yet. So even though you can see that there's some type of warmth or redness to it, you also see a shade, you see a darkness or richness that is added to my skin. That is really what you want, or that's what I want from a bronzer. I want it to add some type of dimension, add a richness, add a darkness, but still be warm enough to where it's like a glow coming from within. So I'm just gonna keep going in with this bronzer. So I kind of fast forwarded because I know that you guys didn't come here to see me apply this bronzer. You wanted to see the Fenty one, and I still do have PENNY4UTHOTS, so I'm going to apply that as a highlighter as well. But I just wanted you guys to see the comparison between the two sides. Of course, it's not blended out yet. I just applied the products. But as you guys can see, this side of my face, it has dimension. It has the warmth on my face that it just adds something to it. Whereas when you look on this side, you see a little bit of that redness, but you don't really see dimension. And for me personally, I need the dimension. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then we're gonna come back and see what PENNY4UTHOTS looks like. Alright guys, so I'm back. I went ahead and I finished bronzing my face with the Prime Beauty bronzer. Unfortunately, again, the Fenty bronzer did not work for me. And I don't want to say that I expected that, but again, like I said, I saw so many different shades or so many different looking shades on social media that I was really questioning whether or not it was going to be dark enough to show up on me, just because I was already in my head kind of comparing the shade to the Prime Beauty bronzer one. But we'll get more into that when I go into my in-depth review when we're finished with the video. So let's go ahead and apply PENNY4UTHOTS. So just so you guys can see PENNY4UTHOTS, it does come, hold on, let me wipe it off. It does come in their typical white packaging from Fenty Beauty. So unlike the bronzer, it doesn't have the rose gold, it has the whites, okay? When you open it up, this shade is, first of all, y'all already know with these white Fenty packages, opening it up when you have nails is the worst, and I'm pretty sure everyone will tell you that. But when you open it up, it is this beautiful, like, penny copper shade. Like, it is so gorgeous. This for me is kind of like the dark skin version of Trophy Wife. That's what I first thought when I saw it online. But then once I swatched it, I kind of noticed that this doesn't necessarily have a highlight like you would expect a highlighter to have. This to me almost has more of a sheen. So it has the actual shade, which is the penny color, but then there's some gold flecks in it. The gold flecks itself are pretty thick, like they're pretty big. It's like big chunks of gold glitter, and I don't know how you might feel about that. For me personally, I don't want to judge it until I apply it to my face. But what I'm expecting this to give me is not like a gleaming pop and highlight. I'm expecting this to give me like a subtle glow from within type of highlight with subtle hints of like gold shimmer. I feel like maybe I can apply some setting spray to make it pop more, but that's just what I'm thinking. Let's see how it actually applies on the skin. And it's exactly what I thought. It is super pretty though. So this is definitely more of a sheen. It's a shine, like a glow to your face. Is not a highlighter. This is not like their typical Killawatt Foils, because I've had Trophy Wife, I've had a few of their other ones as well, and this one does not give you that like popping glow, okay? This gives you the subtle glow, especially if you're my complexion, you're going to work and you just need something, you know, to put on your face. You want to glow from within, but you don't want it to be too much. This is kind of what you go for, because as you guys see, even when I turn my head, you see a shine, you see a glow, but when you look straight ahead, you don't see something that's blinding. I'm applying it everywhere where I typically apply my highlighter, just because why not? Get the brow bone area. And then just like I do with every product, I am going to go ahead and take my brush that I usually use to blend and just blend the harsh areas, or any areas where there's a harsh line. Okay, so I just finished applying PENNY4UTHOTS. I'm going to go ahead and finish off my hair, the rest of my face, and then I'm going to come back for my final review. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I am back. I did go ahead and finish my face off camera, and I'm just going to get straight into my thoughts and opinions on these two products, just so that you guys can get an idea for it. If you are my complexion or darker, unfortunately Mocha Mami is not going to cut it as a bronzer shade. It honestly is just too light. I feel like when it comes to a bronzer, you want it to give you warmth, you want it to be red, you want it to have that red undertone, but you also want it to just give structure and dimension to your face, and I feel like this definitely did not do it for me. As you guys see, I do have some type of dimension and structure to my face, and that is not because of the Fenty bronzer, that is because of the Prime Beauty bronzer and Chocolate Lily. So if I had to pick between these two, I would 1000% tell you guys to pick up Chocolate Lily from Prime Beauty instead of getting Mocha Mami. So am I disappointed in this product? Not really. I feel like I can never 1000% be disappointed with anything that Fenty does, just because this for me personally would be more of like a blush, or something that just brings more of a red undertone back to my skin if I use something that leaves me looking a little gray. So this can be kind of like a corrective powder. However, I feel like whenever Fenty comes out with products, I know that they're trying. I know that they're trying to come out with things that will work for someone that is of a deeper complexion. There's some brands when they come out with things, you know that they absolutely didn't even try to touch my market, but I feel like it was more so just like a misstep with this product. It added the warmth, but it did not give me the dimension, the structure, and the color that I needed. And I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to expand. I know for a fact that they're going to come out with darker bronzer shades, just because I know that if this didn't bronze me, it's definitely not bronzing Nima, it's definitely not bronzing Ohima. It's probably going to look a little similar to how it looked on me, and either be a blush or maybe even be like a setting powder for one of them. But for me personally, it just didn't work. As far as the price, this I believe was $34, $36. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. No, this one was $30. This one was definitely cheaper. So I'll put the price on the screen. I'm gonna be real with y'all. When Fenty drops and I go and I buy it, I don't even look at the price tag. I just put it in the bag and I go to the register, because that's how much I love Fenty. So I'll put the price of this on the screen. Okay, so the next one, PENNY4UTHOTS. First of all, I really hope that Fenty changes this packaging, just because if you have nails, it's super hard to get into. I already made like a big dent or a big hole in it. So that's one thing that I'm always going to be complaining about, is the way that the compact opens up. But as far as this shade, if you are someone that likes highlighters that are blinding, highlighters that are going to have you glowing for the gods, highlighters that people can see when you are miles away, this is not going to be the shade for you. This is not going to be the product for you, because this adds more of a sheen to your face. As you guys can see when you're looking at me, I have almost like a glow from within kind of look going on. You don't necessarily see the highlighter popping out out or see huge glitter coming off of my face. So this is more for someone that is a little more natural, that is a deeper complexion, that wants something that is going to have them glowing but not necessarily look like it's a highlighter. So it's up to you on whether or not that's the type of product that you're looking for. Alright guys, so overall I would definitely say that this collection from Fenty, it was cute, but it was not my favorite. Like, it does not compare to the way I felt about the foundation, the concealers, the setting powder, even the highlighter that they came out with, the loose highlighter powder. I actually swatched it on my hand. So this is Copper Chill from Fenty Beauty, and even when I first saw this, I was like in love. So I don't have that in love feeling about these two products. It's more so like a, this cute, you know? Like the way that I treat the Fenty Beauty Galaxy palette, it's almost like I have it in my collection. I like it. I support the brand. So whenever I have a specific look, I might pick it up, but it's not something that I dig into every single time. That's how I feel about these two products. The bronzer for me definitely was a miss. It's more like a blush on my skin tone. I'm definitely looking forward to them extending the shades, and I know that they will, because even in me trying it, I know that there's going to be other girls that are deeper than me. They're going to see the response from the market. They're going to see videos, and they're going to go ahead and extend their shades, because they are truly a brand that genuinely care about the consumer and genuinely want to produce products that are going to work for people with deeper complexions. So I'll be waiting, and when it comes out, I'll be first in line, okay? Second thing for Penny4UTHOTS, I definitely, like I said, wants a more finely milded golden chunks within it, just so that it has more of a shimmer effect versus almost like a sheeny effect. So I don't know, that's just my personal preference. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you feel like the bronzer looked good on me? As you guys know, when I'm looking in the mirror and when I'm looking at my monitor, it looks different, and I always can't see what the look is going to be like until I'm reviewing my footage. So let me know what you guys thought when you saw it. Do you like the way Penny4UTHOTS look? I want to know the tea. I want to know your opinion. Have you tried it? Make sure you also go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed the video. I love y'all so much, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.